slept. I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I wept, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixtures. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you other busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see, but foolish thoughts rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief shatter of past actions. I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water, but it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
What's good, everybody? We back up in this thing again. It's your boy Sage, as well with my brethren as always. We got Croco's Corner. We got Nasty Nino, aka Chef G, and T Smooth. Back with you again, episode 85, Squad Nero. Please, if you haven't, hit that like and subscribe button and that noti bell and leave a comment if you ever disagree with whatever we saying. If you want to put down your own beliefs and viewpoints on these things, please let us know. And be on the lookout for new content as well. All right, how's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing well, sir. Doing good. Doing good. Bills won 40 to what? 9? Niner? Mm-mm. We back, baby. We 8-0 after a bye week for the last several years.
We never left.
We going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. If the Blue Jays made the World Series, the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. It happened in 92 and 93. But low key, I'm a Dodgers fan right now because when the Blue Jays won, the Bills lost. So we kind of need the Blue Jays to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear this, man? All right. What topics did y'all want to talk about first? We got a lot of things. We got Absolute Universe. What was it? DCKO dropped another issue, or was it something else?
We can hit Absolute Universe first because I haven't really I started reading it, but I haven't caught up. So it's gonna be a little while for me. So y'all can go ahead and talk about it. Spoil it.
From what I can tell, they released the DCKO #1, which was, I'm pretty sure, the first time where we're seeing the Absolute Universe and main DC Universe, I guess, interacting.
Yes.
Um, it just went over some stuff like a tournament that they have to be a part of. Spoiler alert if you haven't read it or anything like that. I don't
Yeah.
know what was the new thing that DC dropped. I don't know if it was another issue from somebody else because I know Comics Explain dropped a video on it. I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah, it was a Superman one, and then there was one with the Flash, and then like how it's tying it because we don't see the League of Superheroes. Not saying League of Superheroes. What is that? Legend of Superheroes, Legion of Superheroes in Absolute Universe because they're in the DCKO universe, but you can tell that they're from the Absolute Universe. And with that tournament, it's like, okay, all the heroes, like, y'all have to face off against people from the Absolute Universe, this and this and this. But it's like a face off where you can't hold back. Like, this is like an earth shattering face off type shit. And
Is it
it's
sort of like
crazy. I
Mortal
don't
Kombat
like
in a sense? Like the
basically.
concept of
And it's
that?
like
Okay.
teams. And somehow it's like the villains end up getting to a place where they can go through the portal, but they're not supposed to, and then Superman just start going crazy, not fighting anybody, but he just like speed blitzes through the portal or whatever. And in the Flash one, we pick up where what did Bart say? Yeah, you pick up with like Bart Allen, and he runs back in time like, oh, I can just beat Darkseid on my own because back at that time he'll be too slow to even move. So you get him running at full speed, and he runs, breaks the time barrier, all that, but he's running so fast that people already forget him. So Wally's like, I think no, Barry's like, yo, I think he did something because I can't, I wasn't focused enough to chase him, and nobody at this point in time remembers who he is, and he was just here. So Barry gets there, and Bart's there, and they both looking at Darkseid. Like everything is frozen. Like they said, basically a millisecond would take an hour to pass. So Bart, being Impulse, he's trying to fight Darkseid. He's like, "Yo, let's attack right now." Whole time, this nigga Darkseid knew they was coming back. He knew what they was planning, and he's like, "You only able to travel through time right now because I'm allowing it." And all of this shit. So he's moving like at the same time as them. So they like, okay, we moving with the Speed Force at supersonic speed, but Darkseid is still kicking our ass because he basically like grants them the access to get to the Speed Force. That's how powerful he is right now at this time. In the Absolute Universe, we still haven't gotten to that point where we gonna figure out, when they're gonna cross over. Because now Wonder Woman is just doing her thing. The Amazons know about her being alive now, so that's gonna be a thing. And that was a thing in the issue. But right now, DCKO is really kicking off, and I don't think we're gonna see the absolute characters that we reading right now like anytime soon. Probably sometime next year. But right now, DCKO and Absolute Universe is both like the writers going crazy with that.
Yeah, what I really do like too is certain things like I don't like they going in and changing different things with the ideas like what I like they're changing things with Superman and like his history and the information that is known just from certain things that I know has happened and like when you read like the not the history of the DC universe, but like a comic that essentially would be like the same thing as the history of the DC universe. I can't remember it, but I used to read a lot of those. And the timeline for Kryptonians was really like limited in regards to what they actually knew, or at least it was very vague in regards to what they knew. And now they actually are kind of like tying in all of this stuff with Darkseid in the actual Kryptonian information, which is really, really, really unique. I'm curious to see how that goes. But the reason why I think that's so interesting is they said the writers understood that that DC fans were tired of reboots because like we've had reboots for like 20 years where it's just been like every couple years or so it's another reboot, another reboot, another reboot. So they said this isn't a reboot, even though this feels like a reboot event. So I'm really curious, like, what is the impact that Deadpool is going to have, or excuse me, that Darkseid is going to have on the entire DC universe? Oh, excuse me. After all of this, it's really like piquing my interest. I'm like, is he gonna be something that like it stays like this, or do we go back to original Darkseid? Like, what is it that is exactly gonna happen here? I don't know, but I love KO is complimenting. KO is definitely complimenting the Absolute Universe very well with how they're kind of breaking things down in the main universe. And I'm curious to understand what are the repercussions going to be for this, because I haven't seen the regular DC Universe characters up against the ropes like this so early on in a story too. That's one thing that's kind of catching me a little bit. It's like, why? Usually they don't just say like you gonna fail. They'll say you gonna fail, but we always know that they not gonna fail. Whereas this time it kind of feels like, especially knowing what the Absolute Universe looks like, it kind of feels like y'all might get packed up. Regular Bruce Wayne, I don't think you fighting 6'9", 400-pound Batman over in all Absolute Universe the same way. He is Bane with all of the things that you have. Okay, just in his base form, and then he got this Venom. He literally is Bane. It's Batman Bane. What are they gonna have? What is regular Bruce Wayne, the guy who broke his back, facing a Batman version of that man? What is he gonna do? And then in KO, I don't even know how much Bruce gonna play a part right now. So I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's very different.
Spoiler alert, I got a question real quick to ask. It's gonna be real quick, y'all. And so mute y'all mic, do whatever. Doesn't Bruce Wayne die in the first DCKO issue?
It get packed up. He gets packed up. So I don't know. Like
They had
it's
to
gonna
pack
be
him up.
different,
It was like he can't face the Joker from this absolute universe. We need the monster Bruce Wayne from the absolute universe to fight these niggas.
bruh.
We need the
And then my
absolute
question
comic.
is, are they going to do, is this like when Marvel did the original Ultimates run? I mean, that was something that was very celebrated. It's something we've seen in the MCU itself, right? Like if you take the Nick Fury from the Ultimate Universe, that is Sam Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So is this something where, because of the impact and the praise that's coming from fans, are they going to be a mainstay in a separate universe that we will see from time to time? Or are they going to be kind of interjected into the main universe after everything concludes? Because I would say no way are they going to be in the main universe. But again, if we not doing a reboot and these two worlds are supposed to essentially collide, what happens when you get to the end of it? It's very confusing for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do a reboot.
Well, they
Like
said
you
they
were
don't
saying, it
want
was.
to.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think they are, but I think they might just keep these separated. They're like, yo, we can just have this universe like be totally separated. It could be like a crossover event, and then something happens where we just have them separated because we got too much content to make with Absolute Universe, and the Steam is picking up on. Like when you go on Twitter, like you got people retweeting the Absolute Joker photo, retweeting the Absolute Bane joint, the Absolute Batman battle axe. Like this is getting like hundreds of thousands of retweets, and it's not even all comic fans. Like people are like, yo, what the fuck is this? And people like you read the comments, oh, this is the new Absolute Universe joint. I had some comment with some friends at work talking about this too. It's like, okay, like this is picking up a lot of people's interest in the comic book. So I think they're gonna have to just keep it separated after this crossover event. Maybe they can do something down the line, let's say like 5, 10 years down the line, just so it's not, too much back and forth with these two universes. But I don't think they would bring them into the main universe. They would have to have it separately on its own.
Yeah. I mean, that makes the most sense. Because it's just so weird, because it's like, what is the state of like any of these universes gonna actually be at the end of this? If it's, again, something where they don't want it to be a reboot, but also Darkseid is moving way differently than we've ever seen Darkseid move.
Because he is merged with the Spectre, though.
And yeah, then there's that. I mean, I imagine that's gonna be kind of like reversed out as time goes on. It'll be
Yeah.
something where like that'll, they won't let that stay exactly like that. But yeah,
So I'm thinking the
what?
Spectre takes control back, or somebody, he somehow gets control back of his side, and then Darkseid loses control of the Absolute Universe, and then it's still his own thing. But I don't think they'll do it like the Spectre gains control and then the Absolute Universe is just obliterated. I don't think they would do that.
Right.
I think the main
Yeah.
thing probably would be the main key would be those heroes from the absolute universe, since they're technically have been enveloped in Darkseid's energy for this whole entire time. They could provide like the counterbalance towards, and plus, to be honest with you, the storylines and what the heroes have had to gone through, it's like they're leveling up at an inconceivable capacity in comparison to their regular universe counter. In my estimation, I could be wrong, but it seems like they got some crazy feats that they're either about to achieve or have already achieved within their respective absolute comic.
Yeah. The one thing that I love is that this is a really a wonderful kind of moment for it's a wonderful moment for DC as a whole. Like,
Yeah.
I, it's phenomenal writing. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with anything on the live action side with DC, but to know that this is what they have kind of been, this is what they cooking on this side. It gives for a lot of stories. I don't know if they ever realize how they can use them, but it does give for great stories.
they really need to make this joint to an animated ASAP. And
bro.
also, just to talk about this, and we could touch upon this real quick. I could give you our thoughts, but I don't think we talked about it last time. Did we? Oh, we did. Okay, never mind. I was about to talk about the Warner Bros. Them rejecting Paramount, but we already talked about it. All right. Yeah,
We
they
talked
need to
about them
make that.
rejecting Paramount.
Yeah, last week.
Okay.
Was that 2 weeks ago? Last week. I can't remember. The weeks blended together now.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
Um, last week. All right. So we talk about some Marvel real quick and some Disney. A lot's been going on. A lot in the news cycle. Kylo Ren's actor. I can't remember his name off the top of my
Adam
head.
Driver.
Adam Driver. He actually came out. I'm pretty sure it was an interview for a different film that's coming out that he's starring in, and he was talking about an idea in regards to a Ben Solo film, the character that he played, aka Kylo Ren, in the recent Star Wars trilogy that Disney produced, and it was a lot of ideas. I don't know all of them, but I remember listening to somebody talking about it, and they seem like pretty fire ideas. And a lot of people around the Star Wars fandom has been giving Kathleen Kennedy flack. This is the person that George Lucas himself chose to take over the reins of the Star Wars films after Disney bought him out. I'm guessing, if I'm not mistaken. Nonetheless, she has been at the helm of it. She actually okayed the idea, thought that it was a good idea after Adam Driver brought it up. Um, and then come to find out, Bob Iger was the one that dismantled the idea. A lot of people have been going around, a lot of the Star Wars fandom, at least from what I can tell from my sphere, have been saying that basically that was a terrible decision to make. It was a great film. It had some of the things that Star Wars fans have been missing for quite some time. I'm guessing in this Uber, in the society that we live in, niggas like they shit a specific way. And Star Wars kind of tried to go the other route. But how do y'all feel about this? And do y'all think that a lot of the issues that Disney and Marvel and Star Wars have been having recently is more predicated, or does this change your mind about who takes the blame more so than anything?
Makes me worry about like the part that I am concerned about is like why is it that the people who have the experience, whether it be acting, whether it be directing, whether it be screenwriting, whether it be comic writing, whatever the case may be, why are these people shut down so easily? And this is really kind of alarming to me because correct me if I'm wrong, but they had everything. This is one of those things where it's like they had everything on a platter and they were just serving you the plate.
Mm.
And Disney said no, and it was something where because this isn't I'm pretty confident this has not been something that just came around recently that fans speculated and were interested in seeing be made in the content. This is something that's been a fan favorite idea since the last movie came out. So I don't understand where the position is for you to say, no, let's not do that when everything is already done for you. All you have to do is put it through production and get it out there. And if you have this many people that are willing to see this through and get this done, that can potentially help you with exactly how the movie comes together, even in the areas like who will this actress or actor be. They'll help you because they probably already thought about where you could save money. Like usually when somebody like this is the point that I'm trying to make. When somebody is bringing something to you, they don't want you to say no, so they probably thought about all of the things that could be obstacles at play. And that's sometimes like one of the best things about when somebody brings something to you is that now you don't have to like worry about any of that. Bob Iger saying no to such an easy thing that fans want, that creators have essentially put together. That's crazy to me. And then the question now goes back because yes, I like Star Wars, but I also really I like Marvel way more, who is also owned by Disney. Is this something where it's going to be a problem, or that we could see this be a continuous problem that exists on the Marvel side as well? If we seeing it, how if we just going by everything that's housed under
We
Disney.
already seen it.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah,
We already seen it. We literally, yeah. This is the last couple of years, the last couple projects before this year, I guess you say. We already seen it. Who was the person? That's why I asked that question. Who was the person that forced Disney or Marvel to create more shows in order to produce more content so that Disney Plus can become a thriving streaming platform? Bob
that was
Iger and
Bob.
Disney.
Bob came in for that. That
Bob
he
told
wasn't.
them niggas to release more content so that, and it's not to say that because I'm pretty sure they talked about it. Marvel insiders talked about it or something like that. The executives, and it wasn't like they didn't want to release more content, but how Disney Plus was coming out at that point in time. Bob was really pushing a button like, yo, we need more content, we need more characters, we need to do all of this shit. On top of that, for whatever reason, this nigga has no type of creative bone in his body. If he didn't think that a Hunt for Ben Solo film wouldn't do astronomical numbers.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Like we've seen it a couple times, but as your worries, as I understand your worries, I think we're at the phase now where now this shit is coming out. One, Bob Iger was only going to be there temporarily. I believe
Right.
they're already looking for his successor now. So, and you already see pushback from people like Kevin Feige already. Like, hey, no, we're slowing down production. I don't give a fuck about your Disney Plus platform. I care about the integrity of these Marvel films and how to expand and evolve on that and everything like that. Now, hopefully, and I just looked this up, Kathleen Kennedy is the president for Lucasfilms. So they still play a pivotal role with the Star Wars films.
Which a lot of good has come out from Kathleen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she wanted an Old Republic film, and then Bob Iger, I'm pretty sure it was a leak or a rumor that said that he actually rejected that film as well. So I don't know. After everything that I've been hearing about the nigga Bob Iger, he need to go. I'm sorry. He's
Yeah,
just been fucking up. He's fucking up. He's lost them more money that they could have gained right now.
yeah. Star Wars fans like I don't really
Pissed.
watch the Star Wars movies, but when you talk Star Wars with certain people, it's like damn, like they really live and breathe this shit. Like,
Hmm.
and they've been saying these past couple movies haven't really been all that, you know. But a Hunt for Ben Solo movie, you know, with Adam Driver, it's like dang, like that's really $1 billion right there, easy.
Easy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They paid the most that they ever have for that screenwriter for that film, just for this nigga Bob Iger to listen
To be
to
like,
it.
no,
Probably not even read the script, not even 2 pages of that motherfucker. Be like, nah, I don't fuck with the idea. Man, get your old ass out of here, bro. Please.
yeah, that's crazy.
Um,
That's just it's I don't
yeah.
bro, all I'm saying is I hope okay, let me just give you a scenario, Sage. This guy who's doing Spider-Man, right?
Hmm.
Like he's really good. He so far at least it's appeared that way that he's really really good.
You talking about Daniel?
Yes. So if Spider-Man goes well and they give him more projects to work on and he just gets to the point where he's like, all right, like I've been doing projects for you guys for a while. I think that this would be a appropriate film and it end up being something that like fans would want to see. Like let's say that the same way they did Deadpool and Wolverine, they were able to say, since we have all of the control to the X-Men, let's do Wolverine and Hulk because we can do a Hulk movie, or excuse me, a Wolverine movie. We just can't do a Hulk movie. That would be something fans likely will want to see.
Hmm.
And if Bob Iger is still there, you might run across a circumstance where he's like no to that film, and you would be like, why would you say that? Why is it no to this? Like, we want to see this. That's what it feel like the equivalent of. And it's like, if I can make that scenario up in my head that quickly, just off the fly, do I have to worry about that as well?
Hmm.
With Marvel, really starts to become a real serious question. I don't know. Yeah, he got to go, but I think but that's the thing. He's supposed to be going.
He is. They need to find his successor fast, and they need to find somebody who doesn't bend the knee. Like, I need somebody who's willing to take the risk. I need somebody who's willing to do more rated R, allow the Disney mantle to have more rated R projects under its belt, so that we can really flesh out some serious characters in Marvel. Y'all can really dip y'all toe into a different genre that y'all don't necessarily dip into, such as a horror aspect, and naturally in just new created IP type of thing. But they kind of like cut themselves off at the knee. Like, I understand you want that kid market. That kid market is crazy. That toy market is even crazier. I understand. But there is an opportunity for you to be able to do both. And I hope that new person that takes over understands.
Bro, because even we got Mephisto now. You can't have no PG
Yeah,
13.
you can't have PG
Like,
13
nah,
over
Nope.
bro.
Mephisto.
If we can do Deadpool, Wolverine rated R, you need a rated R movie where you got like Mephisto, you got your sorcerers, all of that, like stuff. It got to be a little bit more mature. Like you said, we got kids and everything, cool, but you can do one rated R movie like every 2 years or some shit. Like something
Dare
got to change.
dare I say it'd be hard as hell to do a PG 13 X Men if we really get into the nitty gritty of
Depending on
things.
what we're talking about, you're absolutely right.
If we
No,
really
that's
get
a
into the
fact.
nitty gritty of things, it's a lot of things, and just that PG 13 it's just like sometimes with a movie it kind of like cuts it off at the kneecap. Like,
Yeah.
you never get the full project that it was supposed to because it had to do certain things. It couldn't illustrate certain graphic violence on the screen and everything like that. But that takes away from a specific moment and like
Well, you end up,
the
the
stakes.
problem too is you end up having a, if you, and when it doesn't do that, to your point, it does do that. But when it doesn't do that,
Mhm.
you have to put so much time and consideration into crafting a story that could still convey those things without it being obvious to children. And it's like, why do you got to necessarily do that all of the time? Why can't you just have a rated R film that's not intended for kids?
Right?
Instead of now, you got this writer having to bend over backwards, jump through every single hoop possible
Yeah.
to try to make this thing work that just don't work.
Yeah. They could have
It's too
easily, they could have easily, tuck away the Young Avengers or the Champions, whatever you want to call them. Get into PG
mm-hmm.
13 type of works. Give me a rated R Thor film. Give me a rated R
Right.
Hulk film. A rated R something with Moon Knight and Doctor Strange, something like that. Add Blade onto it. Like,
Yes.
all of those possibilities gets everybody excited. Everybody's grown person's ears perk up when they hear, especially fans of the content, when they hear concepts like that. Like, come, it's
It's
not
like
that
you got
hard.
animation, so it shouldn't really be that big of a problem. Cause like
It's
you have you could do like Marvel Zombies. We all loved that. We all thought that went well,
mhm.
right?
Rated R.
And
TVMA. My
like
bad.
like it's okay. Like, and that went well. It's okay if that has a live action version to it.
Hmm.
It's relatively lighthearted. So for your kids, that's probably turning more so into teenage ages and whatnot. You might be more willing to go see it with them in theaters together. So that's something where it's probably not going to have the craziest hit on your like box office success. Yeah, okay, you can't hit the families with 4 year olds and 5 year olds and 7 year olds and 8 year olds and etc. But there's a lot of families that exist out there where their kids have been watching Marvel for years. They are now like maybe 14, 15, 16. They parents feel like, okay, as long as I accompany you, I'm okay with you seeing this rated
Yeah.
R movie. And you could set a tone. You know what I mean? Like they could
Hmm.
set a tone. And if the tone is like the tone of Marvel Zombies,
Hmm.
that would be and not only will it be fine, but you gonna hit everything that you need to, and it might be easier for these writers to not have to go through the pressure of like, okay, hey, we got to do another rewrite, hey, we got to do another rewrite, okay, no, this, look at Blade, look at everything that's happening with Blade. Why
Mhm.
is this happening with Blade? Do we really know why? Like, do we genuinely know? Yeah, this
You,
is the reason why, this is
I
why
want to
Blade is
blame Bob
having
Iger.
this.
I want to blame Bob Iger at this point. Who knows
That's what I'm
what
saying.
this
It's not
nigga has?
fair.
Who knows what this nigga has done? He's done irreparable damage. Irreparable
Yeah, and
damage to Star
it's
Wars
just,
and
it's
Marvel.
not fair to the writers. But the problem is that before him, if I'm not mistaken, that also did not go well. That's why he had to step in. They like had to fire the dude
Mm-hmm.
who
Who
was
was it
there
before him?
before. I
It's
can't. Let me
another
look it
old
up.
old fuck. That was the dude that we talked about him the one day. I think he was like
Oh,
super
was that
racist. I
him?
think
He was the guy
Oh
before.
yeah,
I thought it was
he was
another
like he
dude.
wanted nothing but white dudes on the Avengers team.
yeah. But I mean, shoot, to Rob's point, you think about it, X Men '97, it stuff like that really does have to be R-rated, bro, because you can't show that the island is no charade PG-13, everybody getting killed. It's not gonna hit the
Bruh.
same. You can't show Magneto flipping the poles of the Earth PG-13. It's not gonna hit the same. But
It's not gonna hit the same when Magneto try and take Professor X's route because Professor X has been on his ass about it. He finally do it, and then humans do some
Pun
shit where
intended.
they kill multiple mutants, and now this nigga Magneto fucking crashes out and is just slaughtering people. Niggas need to see them dead bodies on screen to really feel the stakes of the moment. Need to see it. Yeah, his name was Bob Chapek though.
The guy who was, yeah, it's just getting to the point where it's like enough is enough. I need y'all to like, you know what though? You just made me think about something too, Sage. And maybe it is just younger. Get
yeah, I
younger
know
people.
facts.
Cause like, and you kind of hinted at that before, but it's like, yeah, bro, somebody who like is in their 30s, they've been working with different studios, etc., or maybe even 40s, and they worked with different studios. Maybe they were somebody who had an early hand, but a assistant-esque role throughout all of the eras of the MCU. Like, give them a shot, give them a chance,
Mm-hmm.
or give like, I don't know, maybe John Favreau, maybe give him a shot, let him take over. But I think they found the guy. That's what I'm nervous about, and I don't like. And I think he's the reason why they didn't do this Ben Solo movie. And then it's
Josh,
gonna it make me think it's gonna be more of the same thing.
yeah,
Who?
Josh Diamaro. He's the chairman of Disney Experiences. He oversees the company's theme parks and cruise line, and is considered a front run due to his management of a profitable division and increased public visibility. He's leading
But
the company's.
that's what happened to DC. They took the dude from the amusement parks and made him CEO of the movies, and that joint tanked.
Yeah, yeah.
Why would I go get somebody that is in charge
There's
of the amusement
perks.
parks?
There's
There's
also
perks.
there's also Dana Walden as well. She's but it's a lady, so it's gonna be a slim
Bro,
shot for her
they
to
need a
get.
real nerd in there though, bro.
She is in charge of the company's film and television studios. You would think that she would be in charge of that shit. Like keep Josh Diamaro probably at the second high. Let him continue to cruise the cruise parks and cruise lines, whatever. Say so. Dana Walden, obviously, she's gonna be overseeing Marvel as well. She'll need to have experience in the film and television side. She got people there to help her with the toy side. I'm pretty sure she's familiar with that, all of that jazz. And oh, supposedly she had a hand in. I don't know if you ever watched The Bear. It's a cooking show on Hulu.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She had her hand in that too. I would much rather have her, to be honest with you, than Josh. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want no nigga that spent his whole life talking about fucking theme parks and cruise lines to be at the helm of Disney and all of its IP properties. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, I just and D just gave us an example of another studio and a similar, with a similar aesthetic to Disney doing the exact same thing, and it didn't work out. Who's to say this guy is what is he doing at the parks? Is he putting movies together at the parks? What is he going to do for films? Who is this man? Why do I care? Why should I care? Why should I be like, yeah? Why should I have confidence in this man? I need to understand it.
Dang, you're right. Because when you think about it, when the last time somebody said, "I can't wait to go to this DC theme park,"
Never.
I
And I
can't wait to
mean
go to Marvel
Disney.
theme park.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, like the Disney parks are like amazing, and they're things that constantly make significant money. On one of our shows, we talked about how much money actually comes in from those shows. Like I get that, but like, how does that how does that translate over into the right decision for films? It might see, and that's what I'm saying. That it's making me think all of that rated R kind of content that you're talking about in TVMA content. This guy is not going to be for it because his job has been to make theme parks appropriate and accessible to children in every feasible way to where it could get more families to come more and more every year. He has been successful at that. But how does that translate to adult content for a not small, not small at all, but a large uh adult um demographic? Because Star Wars, you telling me an 8-year-old is more invested in Star Wars than that 30-year-old who saw the premiere of the first one with the Lucasfilms when he was in the 80s?
I mean,
You
shit.
telling me he more invested, or the
It came
8-year-old
out in
is
the
more
'70s,
invested?
didn't it?
70s, excuse me. Yeah, you telling me that 30, 40-year-old is less invested in the Star Wars franchise than an 8-year-old? No, that film need to be made for that 30, 40-year-old nerd who's showing up with a lightsaber. Okay, you get him to want to see the movie 4 or 5 times. That's who's going to get you that box office number you want. And this guy don't sound like he gonna have that sauce on it. I don't like it. I just don't like the decisions they make. It's not to say that good things can't come out of it, but I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like when it comes to content. I don't like the decisions that Marvel and Disney make. I just don't.
Bro, I just
It's,
looked it up. The first Star Wars came out 47 years ago. So you really
Yep.
need somebody born in like the '60s
bruh.
or the earliest like 1970s. So somebody that's in their 60s right now should really be like Bob Iger's 74. Like he should at least know, but he was like 20 something when Star Wars came out. He probably ain't give a damn for real. You get somebody that's in their
Yeah.
60s and they late in their mid 50s and they be like, no, like I grew up on Star Wars. Ben Solo project, green like that joint. Do this, do that. It's
He
like
probably never watched that shit.
he probably
Never
didn't.
gave a care.
He probably not a
And then
Star
now
Wars
they
fan.
gonna have somebody who come in. He gonna be like, yeah, but this don't invite families in. And it's like, bro, I get you. Like, there's areas where we can make content for that. Like, you ultimately are a child's company, but like, there's adults that like you bought a franchise that's coveted by adults in both Lucasfilms and Marvel. It's just not a demographic that has like you can't ignore it, and it's gonna keep failing if they keep ignoring it.
If they, what I'm reading right now, I've been reading some stuff up. Dana Walden actually had Jimmy Kimmel's back, and the whole debacle that just transpired recently. Um, it's seeming like with her expertise in helping out different franchises or entities such as I think it was Hulu TV and some other TV streaming type of stations, it seems like she might be the best bet for that creative
Yeah,
control for Marvel and all the IP. She might be the best bet, but knowing Disney, they're gonna shoot
they won't
themselves
choose
in the
her.
foot. They won't choose her. They're gonna pick that Josh D'Amaro guy, and then this nigga gonna have interactive movies
Yeah,
at the
just
movie.
stupid stuff. And
Yeah,
then it ain't and because the flow that it has right now is I don't like I understand a lot of people disappointed with Disney and Marvel, but like and just speaking to the Marvel side, Sage, a lot of the stuff you've been saying, you're not wrong. Like, it just hasn't been enough of it. I feel like to really latch on to the hardcore fan base. They still want to just see more. But you really not wrong. The content that's come out, if we just go by this year, has they've been able to do more adult content that could attract older audiences. They've been able to do more serious films that's gotten away from all of the humor that has been such a mainstay in the past. They've been able to bring back TV shows and animated shows more specifically that's been able to work for a various array of audiences and demographics within the audience, and they've done a decent job of trying to rebuild the hype around the larger Avengers movies, given that the content that came out in the first half of the phase didn't really do it any justice, and multiple controversies that kind of came into play as well with that. So like, they going in a better direction, and I don't want to see that just U-turn right before we get the X-Men.
I understand. That is a very big thing to look out for. So if you're out there, we gotta stay on the lookout for two things in the big comic book realm. We got the Warner Bros. Who's gonna cop them, and then we got the Marvel who's actually going to oversee Disney for the years to come. Hopefully, they do Dana Walden.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know about that Josh D'Amaro guy, but if they do that, then it might be a bad thing. All right, so let's end it off with some last Marvel. If you don't want to be leaked or spoiled on Doomsday, this is a potential leak. It hasn't been confirmed
Or denied.
or denied. So take this with a grain of salt. And if you want to just hear it, just to hear it, just hey, tap in with us. Let us know what you feel about it in the comment section as well. I don't know, T, if you want to bring this up on the
Yep.
screen so they can read along with us. While he does that, I'm gonna just start reading it for everybody. In case anyone can't access this article, he who remains, or this is just the backdrop of Doom and how he came to be basically. He who remains created Earth 616, a sacred and controlled timeline to hide the true history of the multiverse. Victor Von Doom was considered too dangerous, so he who remains rewrote him into the 616 timeline. The rewriting turned Doom into Tony Stark with the same mind altered and a new identity and life as a hero. Tony Stark always felt like he didn't fit in with his family because his real life had been stolen. Those feelings of not belonging are echoes of Doom's original identity trying to awaken. The time travel Tony used in Endgame was deliberately allowed by He Who Remains. He Who Remains permitted those time travels because he needed a variant of Loki to survive outside his control. The survival of that Loki variant was part of He Who Remains' plan to prepare for future events. The main purpose of He Who Remains was not permanent peace, but to prepare for a multiversal war against the Kang variants who betrayed him. When Tony Stark dies, a key piece of He Who Remains' control disappears. With the death of He Who Remains, the barriers containing realities break, and all versions of Doom come back into existence. Among those versions, the Doom who fought and lost in a multiversal war regains his memory. Upon recovering his memory, that Doom feels humiliated for having been turned into a puppet of He Who Remains. That humiliation becomes his driving force. Doom doesn't just want revenge, he wants to rebuild the multiverse his own way. So, and real quick, just to give y'all context, if you're new here, if you're new to the Doomsday leaks and rumors, we've basically been getting throughout various leaks from various sources a baseline of that Doom is doing all of this because of the humiliation, because something happened with his life that was altered in some way, where now he wants to exact revenge, which is a typical Doom thing. Like it fits perfectly in the character. What I'm curious on is a lot of people were kind of confused on how they were gonna tie all of this in a bow and finish it, bring in Doom, and we've never seen him in a film outside of the Fantastic Four. We didn't really necessarily see him in that one. Nonetheless, how do y'all feel like this will tie in with the backstory for Doom. Do y'all like it? Do y'all think it's too cheesy? Do y'all think it's too easy, or do y'all think that it's actually thought out in a proper way to use Doom's backstory or
Well,
connect Doom's
since
backstory?
I didn't really get to speak earlier, I'm gonna give my thoughts on this. I think it's a good way to be able to close out the King the Conqueror situation. Because they did say they're bringing him back, so they have to have some way of saying, "Hey, he who remains," all this other good stuff. Even with Tony Stark like dying, they got to find a way to bring Doom into this properly without kind of being very cookie cutterish with this nonsense. Um, I'm not mad with this story on how this is supposed to be for Doomsday. Um, I think it's a step in the right direction, especially with like you can see he's trying to build the multiverse in his own way. Like he once he like sees everything that has truly happened, it actually gives the reason why Doom will kill Kang. If they follow through with that, like him going to the Council of Kings and pretty much bodying everybody. That would be a good way to close out Jonathan Major's character as Kang the Conqueror. Pretty much bring him back, let him close it out, so it shows that Doom is that guy. So then once they, that could be like the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie, him going to work and him having like some sort of dialogue with Kang, and then get right into everything with her and playing catch up with all the Marvel characters. I read somewhere where they already said that Doomsday will be 2.5 hours, which would be a good base for them to like really get this story going, leading into Secret Wars, which is going to be about a 3 hour movie. So if they carry this all the way through, I think they can give us a good story behind it, with involving Kang and actually with Kang and utilizing RDJ for that what if story if Victor Von Doom was Iron Man or Iron Man was Victor Von Doom. So honestly, I'm looking forward to this. It's giving me good vibes in the right direction. So I'm just hoping that the Russo brothers do their thing like they did with Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, I agree. I actually like it. At first, I didn't like how they would say like it's a variant of Doom. Tony Stark was, and that it just felt like they were just getting rid of everything he was doing, everything we kind of grew up on. You know, shit. We were watching Iron Man at what 11 years old, 12 years old. So it's like, dang, you grow up with Iron Man, and now it's like they just gonna do away with him because they just got to bring in Doom. But when you think about it, it's like, okay, this show is like it's a bigger picture to all of this Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not just Iron Man. It's like this goes beyond our understanding. Like you have the Loki, you have the time differences and everything going on. The multiverses. It's like okay, this is actually going to be pretty decent. But it's like I kind of wish Robert Downey Jr. was younger because I don't know if they're gonna close the Doom story because I'm like he's what like 60 something. So how long would he be playing Doom or if he how long would he want to continue doing this? You know, but I still feel like from what we got, I think it'll be cool. Like they could, I think they don't even have to touch on that the whole movie, like the history of it. You know how God of War used to start with Gaia giving a background of like how Kratos ended up in the position he was in. I think they could just do like that, like a 5 minute dialogue, shoot 10 minute backstory about it, and then just go from there. And I think that'll be pretty dope, depending on how they do it. But I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a little confused at the idea of um what so like how did somebody just clarify it for me too. The Tony Stark would have the Tony Stark that we would have gotten like throughout all of Endgame, throughout like phase 1, phase 2, phase all of that, Civil War, all of that. That would have been a Doctor Doom that was replaced.
He is a Doctor Doom that was
He
replaced.
is a yeah, he is a Doctor Doom just in the reshaping of Tony Stark. So if that guy ceased to exist, is it like there's multiple variants of Doctor
Doctor
Doom that
Doom.
are this Tony Stark?
I think it's multiple variants of Doctor Doom. They just didn't have the wherewithal to know that either Because if I'm thinking about it, if He Who Remains felt this way about Doctor Doom, what's stopping the other Kangs from their respective universes from doing the same thing? From basically nerfing their Doctor Doom in a way where he doesn't have the power that he's accustomed to having. He Who Remains just did it specifically in this way.
Every Doctor Doom across all of the multiverses all look like they all kind of had this setup where either they looked like Tony Stark, they had the name, they had the life and name of Tony Stark, etc.
Yeah.
It's like all of them are like that. Okay.
Wait, so
I,
all of them
I
are Tony Stark, or just the one in Earth
just Doctor
616 was?
Dooms, just the one in 616, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I
Right. He
got.
was he was shaped to be Tony Stark. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is the other Dooms that exist in other universes still look like the Tony
It.
Stark that we're accustomed to.
Oh,
Probably
that's a
not look
great
like though.
question.
But then if that's not the case, wouldn't the Doctor Doom of this universe wouldn't he have died in Endgame?
Wait,
No, because not every world followed the same thing. So at the point in time when He Who Remains was still there, that timeline was severed basically from all the other timelines that was in existence. He made it so that this was the sacred timeline. It was by itself. It couldn't communicate or contact with those other worlds. We seen after Endgame that switched because the events of Loki happened immediately after Endgame. By the time He Who Remains is killed by Loki, that's only like a couple minutes past our time, if I'm not mistaken, in the real world. So those events happen pretty quickly. That's how you get the Spider-Man No Way Home, because now those universes are combining kind of, or the bridge to them has opened up. That's how you get the Doctor Stranges, Multiverses of Madness, the Marvels, all of that jazz.
I'm still just confused though on like the Doctor Doom that looks like Tony Stark, which we know is going to be the case because it's Robert Downey Jr.
Mhm.
How does he? Where does he come from? Another universe?
Nah, he was there. He
So there
was
was
there.
two Tony Stark looking men in the universe.
No, because I'm guessing He Who Remains made it so that one, the Starks probably couldn't conceive of a child of their own. So they ended up adopting. It was something that that one of these YouTubers brought up, was that when Tony's dad brings up that his wife is pregnant, Tony kind of has like a weird look on his face, like that doesn't add up to when he was supposed to be born, type of thing.
Mm.
And that was something that they kind of just left in there. So like I've been telling y'all, they've been leaving like little tidbits where you wouldn't necessarily notice unless somebody pointed it out. Like, oh, why does he maneuver this way after his father tells him that his wife is pregnant at this point in time? Maybe because this shit wasn't supposed to happen that way. So he
So
was
is it
able to
like a twin? Is it a twin?
Nah, it's he probably just got. I'm pretty
I thought
sure
he was
they
adopted in the
probably.
comics too, though, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah, he.
it
I
is
mean, he
adopted.
is. He is
Yeah.
in the comics and whatnot. And like, I get all of the twists, and I'm cool with all of the twists. I'm just trying to understand how Robert Downey Jr.'s like if like the Tony Stark, if the Doctor Doom of this universe was Tony Stark, and we saw Tony Stark, aka Doctor Doom of this universe, die at the end of Endgame. Who is this Doctor Doom that we got right now? And
So
y'all
we're
saying it's
seeing
the same one from this universe,
no.
correct?
It's from a
This is
different universe. But the Tony Stark that died was supposed to be Victor Von Doom. But when his
Mm.
dad was saying, "Oh, my wife's about to give birth," it's like, "Oh, this could have been a miscarriage or something like that." But it's not Tony Stark. So Tony's like, "Oh, this isn't when I'm born. This isn't what's supposed to happen." So do you know he could have been adopted and they just never told him,
hmm
kind of like that. So to his
Okay.
shock, he's like, okay, this doesn't add up at all to when I was born. I'm just not gonna say nothing because it can fuck up the flow of time for everything. And then it's like, okay, cool, but the Doom we're getting now is Victor Von Doom. Tony Stark was always supposed to be Victor Von Doom, but he became Tony Stark in this universe because of Kang. Because Kang is like, Doom is too dangerous, so you have to be something else in this universe. Like, because you're gonna be in a universe, but you can't become Doctor Doom. So, and then that's where the humiliation from Doom is. It's like you made me into this. I'm a genius, obviously, right? But now I'm sacrificing myself, being this hero. I'm taking orders from certain people. I'm doing all this and that. This is humiliating because I am Doom. I'm the ruler of Latveria. I'm this, and this. And then you created a universe just to make me less than. That's what he's gonna look at Iron Man as. Like he's less than. He sacrificed himself. Had that been me, I would have taken that gauntlet and became a god with it, and then done something else instead of
Mhm.
sacrificing myself and wishing away this Titan or whatever. So that's where it is. It's a different
I got
in
you.
the universe.
In that Doom, so is the Fantastic Four just on like a different world?
Yeah, they're in a different
So
Yeah,
yeah,
universe.
different
Fantastic
universe.
Four is on a different
Is it
universe too.
universe?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that Doom is this same Doom that y'all have
Basically,
been describing.
Hmm.
So how
yeah,
did he
basically.
get there?
So because that's his respective universe. Tony
Okay. All
Stark in
right.
the
You just
616 is
clarified it.
from,
Got you.
yeah, that universe. This Doom is obviously a Victor Von Doom who was a part of those other universes that was outside of the main timeline, the sacred timeline.
And so now going back to D's point, now he catching wind with everything being restored.
After
He
Tony
caught
Stark died, yep.
right. He caught wind of these other universes being Doctor Doom. He can get the knowledge and information he needs on exactly everything that happened. He
Hmm.
does. Now he on Sugar Honey Iced Tea with Kang, which will then turn into a larger
Hmm.
demonstration by that Doom.
Keep this
Yeah.
in mind too.
Okay.
Supposedly, the Doom, if we're assuming that it's the Doctor Doom that we see at the end of the Fantastic Four, he's that Doom of that universe. I'm gonna assume that we believe that's the case because they showed Latveria 2 times in there, and they showed it for a reason, and nobody from the delegation was there. As soon as Tony Stark died from that main timeline and that bridge to the other timelines were opened, that main Doom started to get those flashbacks of what happened. So I'm pretty sure it's been years in the MCU since Endgame happened. Years. He had all of this time. On top of that, you add in that Galactus ship coming, and then 4 years pass on top of that, if I'm not mistaken. He's had all that time. He's had the time to probably travel throughout multiple universes to do all the digging that he usually does to figure out all the machinations to build his grand plan and everything like that. Like how they're writing
And
it makes sense a lot.
no,
Because
yeah,
what's the name
it does.
when they showed in Fantastic Four about the Galactus coming and they showed that empty chair in Latveria, and then 4 years passed after that. Once they showed that, what happened 4 years ago? 4 years ago was Multiverse of Madness, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Something like that. So they showed an
Something
empty
like
seat
that.
in
Yeah.
Latveria. So it's like Rob said to that point, once Doom dies and then Loki kills he who remains. I mean Tony Stark dies and Loki kills he who remains, and you got this multiversal thing where it's opening up like he can see Earth 616 or they're making contact. Because then you got Monica Rambeau leaving this universe going to another universe. It's like some things are going on and he catch wind of that. So he's not there not because of pettiness, but because of it's like, okay, damn my world, like it's other shit going on where I've been humiliated. There's other
Hmm.
multiverses of me, multiversal versions of me. There's Kang, all of this going on. So it's a lot that he was probably doing in that span of time.
Right.
So my thing is, with that being in the '60s, I'm trying to figure out how. I guess time is just going to be different in certain places. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like when in the quantum realm, it was time
Hmm.
probably a day passed by as long as they was down there, or probably a few hours. Then they came back. But then you look at time like like where Loki is and the TVA, like how is time perceived there, and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I don't really know. We don't really know what Doom was doing in these past, let's say, 4 or 5 years since Tony Stark died. That he could have just been gathering information.
We keep hearing new things where this whole movie is going to be focused on Doom. And that's been the main thing that a lot of fans have been talking about. That's what they want this film to be. And it seems like they're going to do that, double down on it, and then give what all the fans have been asking for, from what I can tell, at least.
Which is yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I think they're doing a good job at getting us excited and prepared.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be something that's gonna be official from Marvel that's gonna come within the next 6 months,
Yeah, they
and
said
that's
supposedly
gonna
they
be
got a trailer ready.
right. And I know
For the
for
end of the year
Avatar,
too.
yeah. When does Avatar come out?
Shit,
December.
the Super Bowl, doesn't it? December?
Yes.
Oh.
December. So yeah, to D's point, something at the end of the year, and then I think honestly, I'll even double down and say I think they're gonna have something else. It might not be Super Bowl, but it would be because I do agree. I think Super Bowl should probably just be slated for Spider-Man. It comes out first. You got to get the marketing and all of the advertisement going for that sooner rather than later. And then I think if you do December, you do Doomsday, Spider-Man at the Super Bowl. I say like maybe somewhere there's a Comic-Con or something that happens in May, April or May,
San
something like
Diego
that.
Comic
That
Con.
yeah. So that's in the next 6 months. Any questions that we have, I feel like is going to be answered via two trailers. If one may be a teaser trailer and the other a full trailer, but I feel like we're going to get a lot of these questions answered for good. They actually have done a good job at keeping this silent. I'm not going to lie. Because, I mean, we got everything that we do have has been like speculation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're really doing their damn thing now. It's hard to
Yeah.
tell for shit to come out. Even with the Spider-Man shit, we didn't even talk about the Sadie Sink, which I figured that we could brush up on it real quick, a couple minutes. I don't. Did you know exactly who she was? I know we talked about the Punisher sidekick, but supposedly a new leaker came out said that that's not the case. That she supposedly it's a black actress that's playing Punisher sidekick in this film.
I don't know who she would be then. I'm back to square one if she's not the Punisher sidekick. I thought the character that they used, I don't
can't remember
know
her name.
much about that character. I can't remember her name myself, but I don't know much about her. But I was looking up a little bit, and everybody was really mad because it was like a older woman in the comic books, like a middle-aged woman that was paired with Punisher, which makes more sense for Punisher. But we must remember that this is still a Spider-Man movie, and Spider-Man is a like college freshman right now. So to make to take the spin of that character and make it where it's more geared towards something that he could probably empathize with, I thought was really cool and clever. You know, do you want to have a kid acting violent? Not necessarily, but this could, given the lore behind the character that you reworked, it could possibly be a good thing. So I wasn't super upset when it was she was his partner, knowing that that is like not the case, or at least there's speculation that somebody else is gonna be Punisher's sidekick, and not knowing who she is. Who do y'all want her to be?
I I think she's Mayday Parker.
So I came across an article. It says a set video got leaked, and it said pretty much this would mean that Sadie Sink's character likely has superpowers, which could mean she's probably not playing Gwen Stacy unless, of course, she's Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen from Earth 65, or Mary Jane Watson, as some have speculated. Beyond that, some of the more popular theories are that she could be Jean Grey or Firestar, which are still on the table.
Somebody was saying Goblin possibly too, which is a shawty
That's
from
a
the
mean.
comics who's able to
Oh,
shapeshift, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Hold on.
okay. So hear me out. We know that this is supposed to be a more Spider-Man focused movie, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
somewhat
We already
grounded
know
in the
Punisher and
comic.
Hulk, right? Right. We already know Punisher and the Hulk are gonna be in the movie.
Mhm.
So would it really make sense for them to be another big name to distract or to not distract but detract from the groundedness around Tom Holland's Peter Parker Spider-Man.
I think that's the thing with Sony though,
And then there's that.
where they were the folks that wanted the multiversal aspect of it to stay present in Spider-Man. Marvel were the people that wanted to shoot for like the more grounded film.
Yeah. So and it was a meeting, right? Like it's kind of a compromise for both.
Yeah, Marvel had to give up something. Nobody knows what it is as of yet, but Marvel
Does
had to give up something.
does
for Sony.
Sony want
Give
does
us something for
Sony
what?
this movie?
For Spider-Man to be so grounded as it is, for this new movie, it's obviously probably not going to be the most grounded that it could have been, but Marvel fought for it to be grounded at all. They wanted that multiversal aspect. And knowing Sony, they probably wanted something to tie in their Spider-Man films so that they can take another swing at it.
So Sony wanted it
Spider Gwen.
multiversal and Marvel wanted it grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, how grounded we gonna get with Hulk?
I agree, but I think like I don't know. It all depends on how the story works.
True. But I mean,
just
that's
all
pretty
depends on
grounded
that.
in comparison to the multiple Spider-Man in there. I'm pretty sure they wanted multiple Spider-Man again in this one.
Well, then that would take
Sony
out
did.
Spider Gwen, then, right?
Yeah.
That would rule that out. But then at the same time, if Sony wanted multiversal, right? Then wouldn't that mean that they would want to be introducing another character to live action? To your point, to have another stab at it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's the case, would it be a Spider Gwen?
I think it's Mayday Parker.
Mayday,
Wait,
it could be Mayday.
Why would she be the Punisher's sidekick?
That's what everybody was assuming because she had on some specific costume on set and they took a picture of her. And a lot of people assume because it looked like the costume of the character.
Like
in the
militant,
comics. Yeah.
right? Like
Well, a
that
lot of
same
people-
militant garb.
But some sources or leakers came out and said that Punisher does have a sidekick. It's just being played by a black actress, so it's obviously can't be Sadie Sinks.
Because Spider-Man is what? How old is Spider-Man? Because Tom Holland was
He's
part of
gonna be
that.
in his early 20s. He's in
Yeah, 'cause I was
college.
like, he was still part of that blip, so he really ain't grow up. He's probably like 22 right now, ain't
Yeah, around there.
Something like that.
he? Yeah, so
We don't know
Spider-Man
how
being
long.
22.
Yeah, we don't know how many years passed though, because he was going into college in the last movie, right?
He was getting his GED.
Yeah, GED. Because the blip, that means he must have been, you leave high school at what, 18, 5 years passed? That means him, Ned, and Zendaya was all blipped away. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
No, that was after. But that's the thing; they was going into college after the blip,
I guess
because they were going to college the same. So they were going to college in the same movie with Doctor Strange, which was the last.
No,
one
they were preparing to go to college.
Right, but they was getting like acceptance letters. Remember?
Yeah,
the
they were
whole
getting
thing with that.
Yeah, at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
that's when at the end of the movie when Peter went to go see what's her girl name? MJ, their version of MJ. When he went to go see her, that's when he found out Ned and her got accepted into MIT. They didn't go to MIT
Yeah.
just yet. So probably when this movie drops, they will be in MIT at that time. And
Right, so we're talking 18, 19. It depends on how much time has passed, but we will be talking 18. If it's right after that movie, if it's like following directly after it, then that's 18, 19. But if some years have passed, then yeah, we talking like early 20s. And then
so
maybe
No Way Home came out in 2021. So this movie is dropping next year. What, right? So it's what, 5 years? So they should be in the middle. They'll probably put them right in the middle of college. So probably like
real life years
21,
go with the
22.
flow of
No,
the Spider-Man movies.
they don't go with the flow with the Marvel movies in general. The Marvel movies are like a couple years in the future right now.
Yeah,
like
but
in
I'm
2031 or something.
Yeah.
but I'm taking it as like, yeah, it's not gonna be the same year, but they're probably gonna progress up to the point where
most
they're probably in the middle of college.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because MJ's supposed to be, she's supposed to be in this movie, so he probably might try and rekindle things with her to make her remember
So
in some way, shape, or form.
supposedly MJ's supposed to be dating somebody, and a couple leakers, because of how many curveballs they've been throwing,
Harry
and that
Osborn.
other black guy, I can't remember his last name, Tillman, where we haven't been privy to who he's playing. I can't remember what movie he played in before, but a super famous actor, a big name. A lot of people speculated that he was playing or not Harry, Norman Osborn. And there's a character in the comics called Lily Hollister. Her current alias is Queen Cat, but she stumbled upon Norman Osborn's secret rooms and then absorbed some of the goblin chemicals, and she became, I guess, an anti-hero or villain named Menace. A lot of people were speculating that Sadie Sinks' character might actually be that, and that's going to be their doorway to open up
More
a possible
grounded.
Harry and a Norman Osborn. Harry could be either dating MJ, and that could be the opening catalyst. Lily could also know about Harry too, because Peter might want to get familiar with him so that he knows how to get MJ back, type of thing, and that opens up the door for Norman. Who knows? I don't know. But
Is
Black
that
Norman,
but
I'm cool with that.
is that the direction though that like Into the Spider-Verse comes out in 2027?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Sony and I said that there's something you gotta give to Marvel, would I not want to? And they wanted it to be multiverse. What would the like? Would it not tie back into the Spider-Verse movies?
No, no.
It just seemed like a waste, don't it though?
Nah, not really. If they try and tie it into the Spider Verse, it's gonna get too complicated. 2027, that's when we got Doomsday coming out next year. By then, fucking what's it called? Battle World would have been created. None of the other universes are technically supposed to be alive.
Because it's supposed to
and
exist.
and then you got Into the Spider Verse dropping in a universe that's supposed to be dead. If they tried to segue in or use it, it wouldn't
Because
make
that's
sense.
supposed to tie in. The Spider-Man universe is supposed to tie into. I know Tom Holland and
Hmm.
Spider-Man does, but I'm saying like the other side of the universe, like the Venoms and the etc. It does that tie into the MCU? I know Venom traveled there.
Technically, since he did travel there, but
Yeah, so
you
it
know
don't
how
make sense. I
Sony
get what you're
fucks it
saying.
up. Marvel tries their hardest not to implement them into their universe. Spider-Man, yes. All that other bullshit that they created, fuck no.
But is
Fuck no.
into the universe counted as that, or is that the
Technically,
other
because they
side?
had what's his name? What's his name? Childish Gambino.
Waller.
Yeah, they had Childish Gambino in there. So technically that was their
The segue to this being, yeah,
connection. Yeah,
there's a lot of loops to jump with this stuff.
it is. It is. Whatever she is, she has powers. I'm interested to see what that is. And they've been keeping everything close to the chest for a specific reason.
It don't make sense. Last question I got. It doesn't make sense for her to be just Black Cat, right?
Yeah, nah, I can't see her.
I mean, the hair
She's a
color, everything don't
baddie,
really match.
bro. If Black Cat not a baddie, I might slap somebody. I'm not
Yeah,
even
Black
joking.
Cat is one of them.
I'm really not joking.
I
Black Cat
really
is
need
one of
them to
them.
go that ultimate Spider-Man route and make her kind of like a melanated person. In the ultimate Spider-Man run, she pretty cold. I ain't gonna lie. She pretty nice with it.
Do the Catwoman from DC with her?
Facts.
Oh
Give
yeah,
her
her
to Zoe Kravitz.
yeah. Damn, Zoe Kravitz. Wait, hold on. Random question: is Zoe Kravitz the best black cat that y'all seen in the movie so far?
Catwoman, yes.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway Catwoman was alright, but Zoe Kravitz Catwoman was like, yeah, that's what we
She
needed.
had that allure about her. She had the
Hallie
aura
just
about
we
her.
just leaving Hallie out, huh?
Allie was black cat too.
She was
Halle Berry
not
was
Black Cat.
Catwoman in
She was Catwoman.
2004 in the
Oh.
worst movie ever
It was
recorded
a
in
terrible
movie
movie.
history.
It was a terrible movie.
The worst, no, the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Bro, I laugh at that basketball scene.
Oh my god.
It's
Oh my god.
so bad. It's so bad.
And at the time, what's crazy? She didn't need the money.
Mm-mm. Nope.
She did not need that check. Well, I don't even think she
Nope.
got a check, but dang.
She said, "Fuck it. I guess I gotta do what I gotta do."
But with Spider-Man, real quick, if didn't they say what's her name is going to be approaching him at the end? What's the girl's? What's that Russian girl?
Yelena Belova.
Yeah, they said she's going to be in the movie as well. Obviously, probably recruiting him for
Yeah.
something. So Spider-Man probably takes place a few months after the events of Thunderbolts, New Avengers.
Yeah.
So I feel like it could still be pretty grounded, but he's probably someone that sticks out like as a vigilante. Like he's stronger than the average super soldier too. So they're like, yo, we could probably use him on our side
Mm-hmm.
with this thing approaching. And Avengers still have they still remember Spider-Man, just not Peter Parker. So he's probably in the database anyway.
Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be Sam Wilson's Avengers though that he gravitates to.
You
He already
think
has
so?
that. He already has that
If-
rapport with them. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is a part of that Avengers team
Okay.
specifically too.
Oh, okay.
But hear me out. If Yelena goes to recruit him, he hears them out because he doesn't now have the same relationship that he had with these members at a previous point when they were more privy to him being Peter. So he hears them out because he wants a fresh start type thing, right? This how you segue Fantastic Four, who he really team up with.
But supposedly
Because
it's
we
gonna- it's
know
gonna be
Thunderbolts.
the Thunderbolts, and also I think Sam Wilson's Avengers team also meet the Fantastic Four at the same time when they land here. So it could
Okay,
still
if that's the
be-
case, then I'm cool. Because honestly, I'd rather see Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'd rather see that. If we're gonna have him with any team, the connection just not there with either of these Avengers teams. But you could make a nice connection. The Johnny Storm dynamic with Peter.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, that'd be.
And you
nice.
got mad comic book, like this is not new. Like this is 80-year-old comic book material we talking about here. You got a lot of stuff to work with. And then Franklin is a little bit older, and you know Franklin Idol in the comics is Spider-Man.
I also think because it's mad rumors. My bad. It's fucking. Supposedly, Yelena's gonna ask him to join, and he's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm cool being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for now." And then that's boom, incursion. He sees another Earth above New York City, and that's the post-credit scene. I think that was one of the leaks for the post-credit scenes for Spider-Man brand new.
Then you
Y'all
have
ever
it
get tired
open.
of shit happening in New York City?
It's like the place where all the heroes is at. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
when
the
they did
Cowboys.
West Coast, it's so weird seeing like West Coast Avengers because it's like this ain't where things happen. Like and then when X-Men, when X-Men randomly just have a mutant lose control in like the middle of Wisconsin, it's like, hold on, no, that ain't Manhattan. What are we doing?
Like, bro, like, why can't another Earth appear over Wyoming or some shit? Hell,
Nope.
why don't shit happen in China or Russia? It's like, no, shit only
No.
happened in Manhattan.
Supposedly, one's supposed to happen over Wakanda too, and that's how Shuri gets hip to it and everything. Hey, nigga, I ain't gonna lie.
It's coming together,
How
bro.
they cooking up this shit? It might hit that 1.5 billion.
Wait, so it's Spider-Man then it's
I do
Doomsday?
feel that.
They haven't officially announced that he was a part of Doomsday. I don't believe so, but a lot of people are speculating that if
No, I
he's
mean, it's
not
the-
in
it's the
there,
next movie, though,
it
right?
will be a Spider-Man, huh?
It's the next movie after Spider-Man, though, right?
Yeah, it's the next movie after Spider-Man. A lot of people are speculating if he's not in there as Spider-Man, one of the other Spider-Men will be there. Tobey Maguire and or Andrew Garfield.
Chance, they all shooting in the same location, right?
Yeah,
Toby
Andrew Garfield
Maguire
was
was
just in
actually
England.
in London. Yeah, he was just out there
Where they shooting Spider-Man at?
in England.
England. So I think Marvel doing it like because
They were
they
also
filming
shooting
that shit.
Secret Wars or Doomsday in England
In
as well.
England,
Yeah,
exactly. So
and that nigga's
he,
British.
he in
So
there.
Andrew Garfield is British, but people was like, "Yo, like you was just in England." It's like, well, nigga, I am from England, but I mean, shit, and Tom Holland, but it's like, bro, like the fact that they could just, I don't know, I feel like they just recording different scenes for people's schedule, so they can be like, okay, let's not fucking have Toby Maguire, Kristen Dunst, and Andrew Garfield in the airport at the same time
Time,
because then
yeah.
niggas gonna be like, all right, there we go. They're gonna be like, Andrew, you come in April. Toby, you already here shooting another movie. Shit, we'll record this. Tom, you recording your movie? All right, we gonna sneak in two other people that nobody know and sneak them in through the back or shoot some other stuff. Like
Oh, you got a concussion? We use these other niggas real quick. We
right,
shoot their scenes real
exactly.
quick.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Hey,
honestly, the areas that aren't accessible to like camera crews and whatnot, what would it take? What genuinely would it take to get them from one location to the next without anybody knowing when they already there?
it won't take that much. It's mad easy
Mm-mm.
to move them in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Super easy to move them in and out. I'm curious, man. Everything seems like it's lining up. And how we looking? It's looking good from the comic scene. Hopefully they keep the Ultimate Universe. There's some bad news about that shit. Supposedly they're gonna end it.
Really?
Yeah, I think I can't remember. I have to double check
Why?
on that. I don't know, man.
Is it
I
not
don't know.
selling well?
I don't
Dude,
know.
they just need to bring like the Ultimate Universe. They brought it back. It was doing well. Why? People, it was. Oh man, I hate that. I'm mad you told me that. It was such a good show. Then you told me that.
Yeah, at New York Comic Con, just announced at New York Comic Con that Ultimate Universe concludes next year, bringing it into a line of blockbuster titles that ignited the industry with bold storytelling. That's that baby back bullshit, bruh.
Yo, and I really don't like that because what they about to do on Miles Morales, then they better not be playing no games. Because right now he back in that universe, right?
Nah, he came back to his main. He came back to
Oh,
the
he
main
came
one.
back to the main one. Okay,
Yeah.
He just got back.
okay. I gotta
That's
read back up on the Spider-Man.
that's fucking head crack, bruh. You know what? This just supposedly ends April 2026. This
Oh wow.
Ultimate Endgame better be on par with fucking Jonathan Hickman's Endgame. I better not Endgame. I'm sorry.
I'm like, they
Secret
didn't do
Wars.
another in game
It,
Secret
it,
Wars.
it better be. I don't think they ever had a Endgame title in the actual. Wait, have they? And the Marvel
The
comics?
comics, I don't think so.
I think it might have been an early one, but this is the first Ultimate Endgame. It basically runs on the same premise, but the Maker is the big bad. Oh, another leak. Supposedly, the Maker is in the film as well for
Really?
Doomsday. But we
Really?
already talked about that. We already talked about that last week. Yeah, that Cabal
I missed that.
of people. Namor is gonna get together some people. King
Oh, that'd be
Thanos.
crazy. Who is the? Is it gonna be
Miles
the
Teller.
dude from The Office,
A
or
lot of people
yeah, or him?
speculate Miles Teller. It would
I
be
would
the
say
perfect
Miles
one.
Teller, bro.
He looked like
He
looked
got
like
wasted
it.
in that fucking film,
Mhm.
but he could do that motherfucker great. He could play that role great, and then you could use the Maker going down the line. Use him
And what
as
happened
one of
to
the
his
ancillary
Doom?
villains. Huh?
What happened to his Doom?
What happened to his Doom, nigga? That
'Cause we do
movie
see
was
the
so
Counselor
ass.
Reed. Don't they have Doom like sets of Dooms like in like a hidden spot, like just there that they've immobilized or something like that?
Uh, in the comics?
Yeah,
I don't know. They could have.
I could have swore it was something that it was like Reed was talking to somebody and they were like, oh, we have all these different Dooms down here that we beat or something like that. But yeah, Miles Teller, his Maker, because that universe definitely was kind of shady. They could be like, yeah, he lost his marbles and
Easy.
yeah, and he
Yeah.
became the Maker because their Doom, Doctor Doom came back just blowing people's heads off. So it's like, yeah, I could see his Reed being the Maker.
Nigga look like a molten blob.
Exactly.
They didn't even get that nigga what is it, magic abilities. They gave that nigga planet, what was it, planet abilities? What was that shit?
Yeah, I don't.
It was
gotta
like
go
some
Yo,
type
watch.
of electrical. They were using electricity, but it was like some type of planetary gravitational. I don't
Some
know what it was. I was
bullshit.
like,
it
yo, he
was
was
a
throwing rocks at
mess.
niggas.
We gotta do a group watch of the most terrible comic book movies
Yeah,
and
Catwoman.
our responses to it.
Mm.
yeah, I would do that.
Our live reactions to it.
I would
That will
100% do
be
that.
hilarious. We're starting it off
Yo,
with that fucking Fantastic Four film.
I'm with
'Cause
that.
good
Which
Lord
one?
have mercy.
the
Nigga.
Fantastic Four from
Miles Teller one.
2015,
Yeah.
the Josh
Yes.
Trank joint.
Oh God.
The, the main one that was the shittiest by by and large. Even the one with Galactus as a fucking cloud didn't even
Yo,
come
which is
close to the
crazy.
amount of shit that Fantastic Four film was. Michael B. Jordan was actually a pretty good Human Torch, but that was him and Miles Teller was literally probably like the only saving graces in that shit.
Bro, the thing in this movie
And it,
looks crazy.
Mm.
He looked like that joint from Noah's Ark with Russell Crowe.
Wow.
Yes.
Doom look even worse, bruh.
I
Yeah,
know.
Doom looked
Which is like
absolutely
wild because can you imagine like, yo, like somebody you watching a film like, yo, the thing looks terrible, and then you think there's no way it could get any worse. And boom, then you get I don't even know what is he like. Is he like
He like
is
fused with rock. I don't know what.
yeah,
it
like
is.
what? But even Doom, like, is Doom supposed to be Brainiac? Like, what?
Who is in the command center? Like, yeah, this shit goes. This shit is slapping.
This
crazy.
snapping? Yeah, I
Drop
have
this.
no clue.
Drop
I
this
have
in the videos,
no
please.
clue.
But one
All
thing
right.
with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, real quick, I was like, I hope they keep it like his authentic backstory, like with his mom being a gypsy woman and she's selling her soul to Mephisto, and then that's how like Doom is also getting powers and everything. And it's like, bro, like keep that in there because that would really bolster Doom's story. Like, yo, my mom sold her soul in order to protect me, and you turn me into this foster genius playboy that really ain't really. I mean, I can't say he didn't go through nothing, but the most he went through was being captured by terrorists. Meanwhile, I'm fighting because Doom in the comics every year fights for his mother's soul, and it's like, yo, that'll add some weight to it.
That'd be crazy.
Can make
Now
sure that
we-
it stays grounded in like the mysticism and the magic.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy to bring that because now they have a Mephisto to use. Now
exactly.
they have a
Right.
character to use on that. And niggas gonna be like, I gotta watch Ironheart though. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, you do. I'm sorry, not sorry. Watch Ironheart. Wasn't too bad of a story. Get that Shaka Khan up in your system. That's what you need, my boy. That's what you need. All right. I think we're starting to get some sentiments change on this Doomsday now. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. Birdman hand rub. Hopefully they do come through together. We got the Spider-Man 2. Like a lot of my cohorts were saying earlier, we might be seeing a trailer later on this year when Avatar firing what?
Fire and something.
Don't watch Avatar. That's a deep
Firing
question.
something. I don't. Yeah. I don't
Fire
watch
and
my favorite one.
Ash.
Yeah.
Fire and Ash. I'm surprised you
Second
watched
one
that
was
second
terrible.
film.
Oh gosh.
The second movie, yo, these movies are not
Visually-
making billions of dollars. They're lying.
But the thing is, visually, like I can say this: that second one was visually pleasing. It was just the story was just trash. It's shot
But the
perfectly.
second one was no better than the first
No,
one.
it wasn't. But it
in
wasn't.
terms of visuals.
It was like on the same level, but they did a good job with the visuals. Like you see, like the different beasts in the water and everything going on. Like shot well, story terrible. But I just want to make an announcement. Did anybody see the It movies that recently came out?
The what?
Yes, I'm gonna watch it tonight. Too, if you
It.
can help me.
You
Is it the
said
most
It?
recent ones that
It
came out?
with the clown. It.
Yes,
The
it.
most
Yeah.
recent ones that came out?
So
Mhm.
welcome to Derry, which is a
Yep,
prequel
tonight,
to the whole thing. Starts tonight.
right now.
So season 1 starts with 23. Was it every 20? I forgot how many years. But season 1 is right before. It's like years before the first movie. Season 2 is years before the season 1, and then season 3. Because I think they're doing like 3 seasons. Season 3 will be like the beginning. So they're going backwards. So I'm looking forward to this, and I might have to get myself.
So, can we text after this so I can figure something out that we don't like to talk about on the air?
Oh yes, we can. We can talk about that. We can talk about that.
We can talk about that. Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Just hit the group chat. Good things. But yes, I might have a review out tonight of episode 1, so I might watch it as soon as I get done with this and just get through it because this Pittsburgh Green Bay game is boring. 9-7 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. They should be whooping on the Steelers, but they're not. But yeah, I'm good on my part.
Yeah. See, also as well as that, if it is something where I really get kind of locked into it, I'll join you for future reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
All right. Also, we got that final season of My Hero going on right now. If you haven't tapped into it and you're skeptical about that ending for My Hero, not gonna lie, it's been pretty good so far. You also got One Punch Man.
This is.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Keep going.
You got One Punch Man, season 3, and it's kind of lackluster so far. But I guess we gotta stay tapped in for some potential events that might be on the horizon. So far for this season. What else is on? Is there anything else that's on? That's new? Off the top of my head? Oh, Chainsaw Man, the movie. It just came out this past weekend as well. If you haven't tapped into that. I did not watch it yet. I'm pretty sure I will watch it this week. Most likely Tuesday after we go to this sushi buffet spot. So that will be something we might do.
You better make sure your stomach good.
Yeah, Psycho Sushi. Nah, it's great. Psycho Sushi. If you're in the Western New York area, you know about that place. Pretty good place. Pretty cheap too. So
cheap sushi. That's not a good combo.
Okay.
It's not cheap. It's not just
Psycho
sushi. You
Sushi.
get everything. Psycho Sushi. You get a mix of everything. You get shrimp tempura. You can get miso soup. You can get salads. You can get sushi rolls. You can get cuts of fish, raw fish. You can get cuts of cooked fish. All sorts of things. All right. We appreciate y'all yet again. Please, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button for us, hit that noti bell as well to stay tuned for more streams, whether it be gaming, whether it be another podcast, whether it be reviews as well. All right, y'all have a good weekend, and we will tap back in with y'all next week. All right, peace.
These dreams on the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like now I'm just trying to float. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can glow. They focus on the dollar, feel like I'm a migrant, just touch a new eye.